Hi everyone, it's me, Captain Blueberry Buckaroo, aka Lancer737. Um, I just saw something amazing. I think I mentioned yesterday how I noticed they had the pre-order for the new CMC comic book that it looks like it resembles or has imagery from one of the Ponyville mystery novels I was reading from. I just noticed that they have a very special papercraft MLP book that is also on pre-order. Um, you might want to check that out on one of the My Little Pony Twitter accounts. I think it was specifically for the one for BronyCon. They it might be a BronyCon exclusive. They said it was like something rare or exclusive. And it probably is a BronyCon exclusive, but there's a chance it's not. So you might want to check into that more. But the art detail for it was different. Almost want to say it could have been like a hybrid between the official My Little Pony movie and one of the books, like the one that has to deal with the island ponies and dragons. Which that's the art in that was fantastic. The story was kind of meh. There was next to no story in that, but the art was very good. It's a nice look through. Anyway, I'm gonna visit everyone's Equestria today, and on the front cover we got a pony that looks like a Pegasus version of Pinkie Pie, and that might actually be on purpose because Pinkie Pie in G3, possibly G2, she was a Pegasus actually, and there's a chance I heard that she might become a Pegasus again in G5. What do we have in the store today anyway? I haven't really looked. Oh, it's looks like it's probably just going to be specials on crystal ponies. If any of them were guards, I would definitely go out of my way to get one, but they're not. So, well, that's that. Anyway, now let's visit everyone's Equestria. And there's my friend code on the top left hand corner if you want it. Oh, and I'm also probably going to need to exchange some of my elements soon. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day. Um, I sort of am. Some things are not going as planned. That's actually the story of my life when it comes to things, when it comes to hobbies. Like when it comes to work, everything's as planned. Sometimes more so because I sometimes get more work than I was expecting, but it always goes into my schedule for, hobbies or entertainment and stuff like that. But it's not as bad as it has been, but it's just obnoxious. Anyway, we're gonna go visit Doctor Days. Maybe no, we are not visiting Doctor Days. I'm pretty sure we visited them. Now we're gonna try Alyssa, but not really a Lotus Cookie. Not really either. I'm sorry, Lotus Cookie. I'm sorry, everyone. I was not able to visit. Golden Music. Nope. Starry Night. Nope. Uncle Cake. No. Cherry Night. That sounds pretty cool. That sounds like a special dessert that you would have with like cherries and dark chocolate, maybe like a brownie. Like imagine this, like a brownie that has cherries and cherry sauce on it, and it has like a dark chocolate fudge topping on it, and maybe yeah, and chocolate ice cream with cherry in it. That's what cherry cherry night sounds like to me. It sounds pretty good. Anyway, hello Cherry Night, and I'm at your Equestria right now, and it looks pretty cool. Oh, it's very, very organized, and this time around you got Rainbow Dash, or at least parts of Cloudsdale, right next to the happiest tree ever, which is right next to Zakura's tree, which tries to be the happiest tree ever. Well, that's interesting. You got different sections in different areas, which is kind of an interesting thing to do. I mean, it's not going to look bad. It still looks pretty cool. And actually, in a sense, it does make sense to have Rainbow Dash's house away from, most of the Cloudsdale looking structures. Because her house really is, like, all by itself right next to Ponyville. It's very large and it's very, very, very well organized. All the roads and all the buildings are very evenly lined up. It looks very orderly. Like I said, very nice. Let's see. I like it that some of the people keep putting the Griffin housing right there. For it's a pretty nice look, and in a sense, it kind of makes sense. I mean, they probably would like the privacy from other ponies. Um, I liked how mysterious it looked, just having a couple trees there, and that's why I like to have like a. I like to imagine that my Trixie statue that's out there is like old and lost, long forgotten, possibly from time traveling from a long, long time ago, or maybe it's a distant relative that of Trixie's that has been forgotten, and by chance she dresses very similar to them. That, or maybe she loved the legends of her relative that was actually great and powerful, and she's a forgotten hero except for through the family because she's a family member. I wish I could like write down the lore for all the different spots in my own Ponyville that I've made up. It would be pretty cool. Anyway, I really like this place. I like them all. If I were to pick a favorite area, it's probably going to be the spot right by Rainbow Dashes. It looks really cool. And there's Rainbow Dash right there. She makes everything 20% cooler. Oh, and you got the Commando version of Young Shining Armor. That makes things 40% cooler. 40% cooler. Anyway, I really like this structure, and that it adds a nice magical touch to it. I've had debates if I should just take it down because it kind of is a Christmas exclusive item in a sense, because it's the stories surrounding that structure are kind of Christmas themed, but it also doesn't have to be, because there's not any bells or crosses or trees or anything. It's just snow and a magical fiery heart. So that's why I got away with just eventually just leaving it out. And I'm pretty sure Garble was, and all the dragons are admiring the beauty of the structure, because it does look really cool. But I like this whole section right here with Rainbow Dash's place in the middle. It's my favorite part. Anyway, thank you, Cherry Knight. I think your place deserves 8 hooves of approval. Gonna move on if the game allows it, which it may not. It might just self-destruct as it finishes loading, and then that will be the end of the video. And whoever logs into my account first gets all my ponies. Hopefully it's not Kefka. Anyway, I also got some other exciting news, at least for me. If any of you like Final Fantasy, especially Final Fantasy VII and or Final Fantasy Destinia, Destinia specifically has all the different Final Fantasy universe cross over, so all the characters interact with each other, and it's pretty cool. The reason I'm excited is because Final Fantasy VII is tied for first place for my favorite Final Fantasy, tied with Destinia, and that's because it has the 7 characters in it. My most favorite Final Fantasy VII character in it is coming to Destinia, and he has his own campaign. His name is Sid Highwind. He is an ace fighter pilot and hero of a long ago war, not too long. Imagine like a male version of Rainbow Dash that is even more angry and likes to summon dragons, and he uses a lance in combat, like my name. He's like a lancer, except for he's strong enough to jump and use the lance instead of relying on a horse. And he's a fighter pilot. So yeah, he's awesome. He is my favorite in that game. He might have an anger problem though, at least in the game. It seems like in the movie that takes place after it, he mellows out. But he is pretty cool. Like, while everyone else is like using magic, and I just said he summons dragons, which is true, but like his low level attacks, they seem very mundane, and they're kind of funny because like everyone else is using magic or magically enhanced abilities, and then you see him light a stick of dynamite with normal means of making fire, and he just throws it at the enemies, and it's hilarious. Anyway, we are at Starry Pie. And Starry Pie's place looks incredible. You have a giant landing strip right here for the UFOs. I'm just kidding. I definitely really like it. They did something similar that I did with my Deer Kingdom, but it's different still. It's pretty cool. I like that they have pony hinges hidden in those trees. I definitely like it. It's not as mazy as how I did it, but it also takes up space to make it have all these mazes, so I can understand that they wouldn't do that. They also incorporated a bunch of other creatures into the kingdom where that place would be, which, at the same time, running out of space, you can't blame them. It looks really cool. I'm assuming they have the giant spaces in it just to keep rocks out. I'm not seeing any rocks, but the place does look incredible. They took a lot of time to add landscaping to a good portion of the buildings. Not necessarily all of them, but a good portion of them. Now, also might just be because they ran out of space, because it looks like they have giant sections. I can't talk. Giant sections of Nightmare Moon's Darkness. Oh, and then you got Rainbow Dashes slash Cloudsdale section, and it looks pretty cool too. I want to say they made a runway like what I did, but I can't be too sure because I'm not talking to them right now. But it looks pretty cool. It definitely looks really cool. Sometimes I do regret having all the buildings just bunched up, but at the same time, I feel like when I did it, I wanted to do that to give the impression that it is just a giant cloud, and there's no interest for ground structures, which in a sense is true for Pegasus, but since the game makes most of them walk anyway, it kind of semi defeats the purpose. But either way, it still looks pretty cool. Still looks pretty cool, and you got some snowmen out, which I found one on accident that was still by my place, and it's a good thing I finally removed it, because it should have melted. Well, never mind. Maybe it wouldn't have melted. Maybe they can control the weather. Well, it's not maybe they can. Maybe they decided to control the weather enough so that they can keep snow all they like all year long. And I really like the area by the School of Friendship, and at least I think that's the School of Friendship. The School of Friendship looks very similar to the dorms for the School of Friendship. So I'm not seeing anything that looks like the School of Friendship, so that actually might really just be the dorms. But I hope they did get them. But if they don't have the dorms, it means they had to work really, really hard to get the School of Friendship, because you need the students, the main six, or at least some of them, to complete the objectives. And if they did it without having, to buy any of them, that's why the school wouldn't be there. I think there might be a couple other people besides the new main six that live in it, but I can't recall them at the moment. You got the Night Ranger right there, which is pretty cool. I like that you've kept a lot of the Christmas decorations out. It does add a lot of flavor to your place. Um, it can be difficult because sometimes it won't seem to fit, but I like it. I actually like your tree and your section more for Christmas than I do mine, because at the development that I have for my Equestria, I don't really have the space to make anything as nice for the Christmas tree as you do, and all the gifts, because that looks really cool. That looks really festival. Anyway, if I were to pick a favorite section, it's either gonna be I am leaning towards Cloudsdale. I mean, it all looks great. It's either gonna be Cloudsdale, the School of Friendship section. I like how nice and comforting but magical this section looks with Twilight's Castle and the School of Friendship. But I really really love Force a lot, and Force integrated with buildings and cities. That's a lot like the city I am in. It doesn't look like a traditional city. It's really really cool, and it has so many parks. It's so awesome. Um, but it's hard for me to pick from. I might just barely lean towards this section because it just is so cool. Oh, Fluttershy's place. That's actually kind of a nice place to put it. Is that King Sombra? Yep, that is the good King Sombra. Anyway, this place is definitely 9 hooves of approval. Definitely. Actually, you know what? I didn't notice any of the princesses. Or, okay, there's the castle right there. So they definitely are here. Or at least one of them is here. But I haven't noticed any of them. But, okay, either way, this place is 9 hooves of approval. Easily. It's a pretty cool place. Anyway, thank you for your hard work, Starry Pie, and we're going to go to the next one. I've decided I'm going to try to make these just 20 minutes long. I don't want them to be too long. And I'm sorry for making everyone wait. It's just I'm either too busy or I'm not busy, but the conditions are not right for me to record them because I was asked to give commentary on it, and it's not easy having a quiet space to do this, especially with all the work going around my house. Anyway, if you guys are into papercraft, well, let me ask you this. If you're not into papercraft, would you still be interested in getting that My Little Pony papercraft book just for the art alone? I might be, because again, just for the art alone, it looks pretty cool, actually. The art style for the ponies in it looks really cool. Like the cover has Celestia on it, if I remember right. It's either the cover or the back cover has Celestia. She looks really, really pretty on it. I want to say that the front cover had Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie. I'm sorry, I don't remember the front cover because the back cover, and I do believe it's the back cover. That's what really drew my attention because Celestia just looked so pretty in it. Anyway, we are at Sweetie Cakes. And Sweetie Cakes place has a really nice looking path with flags leading up to Princess Twilight's castle. And I dropped that box on that pony, and I can't tell what it is. I think it's the Marvelous Mare Duel with her sister, Apple Bloom. Anyway, and I like that you have the statues with the guards and the hearts leading to Twilight's castle. You know, it's I think I've mentioned this before, but it's just very awkward that she's the only princess that has no guards at all. I mean, on one hand, technically the occupants of that castle are incredibly powerful to the point that it's possible that you could argue power-wise they don't need guards, but at the same time, everyone actually really does need a guard. It doesn't matter how powerful you are. You have to rest, and you need someone to watch after you. So unless Twilight and Starlight take turns who gets to sleep and who stays awake, I really do think Twilight needs guards really bad. If she is going to take over all of Equestria, she's going to have to learn to accept the guards. Unless all the guards leave with Celestia and Luna, that would be kind of awkward. That's not going to help things either. I have a feeling, looking at all of the ponies of the main 6 here, they're all going to be in their superhero costumes, which is cool. I like their superhero costumes. I think Twilight's best look is her superhero costume. Rainbow Dash looks kind of cool. I don't think she looks that awesome with a short mane. Oh, you got Trixie right there. And I do like it that you have all the elements surrounded by flags. I think making them look important like that looks really awesome. Ooh, and you did something similar with the Two Sisters Castle too by having an entrance and all the flags leading, to the entrance. Which is funny because looking at it now, it looks like there's darkness right here, which means no pony can actually get in or out of the castle until that's removed. And even then, you're going to have to remove that and then the thing next to it so they can get in and out. That's kind of funny. I hope you're able to clear it whenever you get a chance. But so far, this place is pretty cool. And then you got Princess Celestia, probably telling everyone you need to make some friends. And like even like groups of people going by, she tells each and every single one of them, you need to make some friends. You need to make some friends. You need to make some friends. And they're all just staring at her. It's like, why don't you make some friends? She's like, I'm the princess of cake. I don't need to make friends except for with the cake, but I feel hungry for it. Anyway, um, before I get too carried away, being crazy, I'm going to inspect this place, and there's the amazing Princess Luna. She's probably wondering why I don't remember her name, unfortunately. It was ramming her, and that's not what subjects should be doing to their princesses, ramming them over. It's just not right. Anyway, I really like this place. It has lots of really wide walking spaces all over, but that might just be because they're preventing specific rocks they don't want to show up, and because they don't have as many ponies as they would either want, or they just haven't got that many ponies. They don't feel like needing to make spaces for them. I'm not saying that to knock it down. Don't want to sound like I'm doing that, but I do really, really like this. And if I were to pick a favorite place, it's probably either gonna be Princess Twilight's castle and the section leading up to it. Um, this has caught my eye. I really like this. As crazy as that sounds, I might actually. It's tied at least with this for sure. And I kind of like this section too. It's very nice. Wait, how did Celestia get in there? They shouldn't be able to get in there. I guess that's the problem with the mechanics for this game. Sometimes the game doesn't make up its mind. Sometimes it does count filled in spaces with buildings to not actually be really filled in. That or something's wrong with my screen, and I'm assuming that darkness is there, but it's not really. We're going to see here in a second if that's true, though. Come on, Celestia. You can do it. Either there's no darkness there and I made a critical error, or Celestia does not care about the laws of physics, and she doesn't care about the laws of the video game either. She's just going to break them at will. She's more chaotic than Discord. Can you believe it? Anyway, this is Sweetie Cakes, and they have a really great Equestria. I definitely give it 9 hooves of approval. This place is awesome. We're going to check out one more. Just one more. I've noticed there's a lot of blueberry flavored things coming out this summer, and I can't help but to recommend them because they are blueberry flavored things. But there are some that I would have to not give my full endorsement on. One of those things being blueberry Coke. It tastes decent, however, it has a problem. It tastes decent, but it doesn't actually taste like blueberries. It tastes like, I don't know, I guess what perfume would taste like if you tasted perfume. It's a very strange taste. It's like I said, it's decent somehow. It's strange but decent. But I don't want to drink it ever again. But if I did, I wouldn't, be grossed out if it was something that tastes bad or gross. It's something that I can't articulate well and the weirdness of it. That being said, this place looks very chaotic. This looks more chaotic than Discord's map. And I actually like it. I like that you've mixed Halloween and Christmas themed things and winter themed things together. That's pretty awesome. Let's see what else you got going on here. And then you got lots of Discord balloons right over here by one of the marketplaces. I think that's a deer marketplace too, but I could be mistaken. But I'm pretty sure that's a deer one. Oh, and you got Starswirl the Bearded. He's exploring the wintry wastes of the wintry wastes. And Kind of like it that you have some of Cloudsdale by the older castle of the two sisters. Kind of has a nice magical look to it. Actually, it looks like you have tried to even all the different themes out to create its own unique style of theme, and you have done a good job with that. And Princess Luna is talking to a cat person, and possibly one of the brothers that's annoying. That guy is really annoying, and then Celestia is looking for cakes to eat. And she's like, "Oh, there's my sister. I think I might troll her. I'm gonna tell that guy, Flim. I think that's Flim, or is it Flam? I never can tell with those two because they're not really one of my favorite groups of characters, but she's gonna tell him that Luna likes him without Luna actually really liking him, and that's gonna exacerbate things. And then you got Ra Ra. Ra Ra is my favorite music pony, so that's incredibly awesome. You got the Bat Pony, and you got Twilight right here, and then wait. Which one is Twilight? I can't tell them apart. They look physically the same, and I'm colorblind. Anyway, wait. There's Twilight again, and there's a Twilight over there, and there's a Twilight over here. There's Twilight everywhere. I feel like I'm in a rental store full of Twilight movies. Oh my gosh. Anyway, Amethyst Star looks incredible next to Starlight Glimmer. They should be best friends just because they're purplish looking. Oh, you got Marble Pie. I think that's the adult Marble Pie, which I feel very cheated. They made, you know, when Marble Pie first came out, they had the baby version of her come out, which never existed in the show. At least I don't remember her existing in the show. Oh, maybe she was in the episode when they first show how they get their kitty marks. And you got Evil Rarity. And Princess Luna's next to Cheese Sandwich now, a.k.a. Yakovich. You got the young Shining Armor, and then you got the young and good Sombra. For some reason, I can't remember his name at the moment. Don't ask me why. Oh, you got this really nice patch here of pumpkins right next to a pool of lava. You know, I'm going to have a really difficult time picking a favorite spot here, but I think my favorite spot here is, hey, wait a minute. Your Chilla or Zilla, I think it's Winterzilla. Your Winterzilla actually moves. That's not fair. Mine stays in one place and just stares and waves forever. He has never moved ever. I mean, like, seriously, ever. He's never moved. I don't think he can move in my universe of this game. Anyway, my favorite section is going to be a tie between this one. I really like the outwardly look of this. It's on the fringe of town, and they have like a pumpkin patch full of with a lava pit, and one of the Cloudsdale buildings. That I don't know. It appeals to me a lot. I like it, and then I like this a lot too. You have another Cloudsdale structure that's next to the original Two Sisters Castle. It looks really cool. It's going to be a tie between one of those two places, but this place looks really, really cool, and I'm kind of jealous about your Winterzilla actually interacting with the town's pony, and mine just stands there like he's a stuffed animal. He's just a stuffed animal like that you can get it at the carnival when you do the dart game. Anyway, this is going to be the last one for today, and I hope you've enjoyed this. And this is definitely a cool place. Literally, it's like snowing on everything. It is a cold, cool place. And this one, I like the uniqueness of it because, like I said, it's like they've hybridized most of the styles that you can have for different seasons and different campaigns and different seasons. Like this time, when I say seasons, I mean like the TV series seasons. Together to a point that it has this crazy, crazy style, and I like it. It reminds me of something that you might see in Final Fantasy VII. So to fit with the level of your profile, this place has 11 hooves of approval because how crazy it is, and it's awesome. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I look forward to making another one soon and checking out all my neighbors in Equestria, because all your places are magic.